we can't let supply come in the amount that it is, because it has driven the street price down, and it has created an opportunity for transition from prescription drugs to illegal street drugs.
This is an all-hands-on-deck moment.
How many more people have to die before this poison stops coming into our communities?
Senators today saying that the U.S. Postal Service needs to do more to help protect Americans from deadly Chinese opioids ordered on the internet, shipped right in the mail like everything else, and coming to people's houses. It comes as a member of President Trump's opioid commission is blasting the administration. Former Democratic Congressman Patrick Kennedy saying, quote, "This thing is a charade," he says. "You can't expect to stem the tide of a public health crisis that is claiming over 64,000 lives a year without putting your money where your mouth is," he said. It is true that this crisis is deeply affecting families of all backgrounds across America. Brooke Simmers was just 14 when she started experimenting with marijuana. By 18, she was abusing painkillers. And at 19, this beautiful young lady died of a heroin overdose after she had been clean for 4 months. Her father was at one point a narcotics police officer. He joins me now, Kevin Simmers. Sir, welcome. Thank you very much for being here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Martha.
It's hard to imagine that you could have done more to protect your family from this. As a narcotics police officer, you would take your kids to alleys, show them the needles, show them what happens, show them why you would never want to go down that road, and yet it happened to your own daughter. What happened to her?
I tell you, Martha, looking back at it, it was a father's worst nightmare. I can't think of anything worse than when she came to me initially and said that she was addicted to painkillers. We tried to get into some outpatient treatment. The outpatient treatment didn't really take. Within 3 months, the addiction had grown, and she had moved on to heroin.
So you say that one of the biggest problems you felt was that there weren't enough options for treatment that you could get her into.
Not what I would call acceptable treatment. I mean, a lot of the treatment facilities we went to, it was all based by, it was all dictated by what your insurance would pay and how long they would allow you to stay there. We could get a 28-day program, and then after that, they would put us into, they would recommend that we go to a halfway house. Every halfway house we went to, Martha, rundown sections of town, overcrowded, boarded up, really didn't give girls an honest chance at recovery.
Yeah. And, I know you're doing something about that, but I do want to ask you one element about what these senators were talking about today with the, online stuff coming in from China. It's too easy to just flood our market with all of this. How do you respond to that?
Well, what I would tell you is we're never going to win this war as long as the drug is more accessible than the treatment. I mean, I can walk out in front of your studio here and get heroin. If I needed to get in treatment tonight, it would take me a week to 2 weeks in order to find a treatment facility that would take me. So until we make treatment as accessible as the drug, we're not going to win this.
I know, it's heartbreaking that your daughter wanted an all-women's facility that was clean, someplace that she could stay, that you could afford, and now you're trying to build just that in her memory.
Yes, I mean, we are. I mean, that's what my life is pretty much dedicated to at this time. We're building a house. It's going to be called Brooks House. It's in Hagerstown, Maryland. We're going to build, it's going to be an 8,000 square foot facility. We'll have 15 women there. And it's going to be a long-term facility, Martha. What I think is going to help is if we can have up to a year-long stay there. We're naturally going to have to provide some counseling and mental health treatment, as well as jobs for the girls that are there. But we're going to restore their self-esteem and give them an honest chance. I think that's all any heroin addict wants, really, or any girl that's in recovery. I mean, they just want an honest chance at recovery. And my wife and I, it's now our mission to, we weren't able to provide that for our daughter, and it's too late to save our daughter, Martha, but it's not going to be too late to save maybe your daughter or a loved one of yours. And that's what our life's mission is now.
Well, you know what? I wish you the best of luck in that mission, and you are doing God's work. I really thank you for being here, and we hope that Brooks House is a tremendous success and a tribute to the life of your daughter. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Martha. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Stick around.